Hey beautiful people, welcome back to Divulge Talk Show. My name is Mabandi and welcome to the first episode of Divulge Talk Show. This might sound crazy, I know. You're probably asking, what do you mean this is the first episode if you already have episode 3 and episode 2? So what happened was, in February, I actually shot a video when it comes to this topic with a guest, and unfortunately the video was not good, especially the sound. It just didn't make sense to keep the video. I had to take it down, and it's unfortunate that my guest could not join me because of personal reasons. He just couldn't make it to the show today, so I decided to take matters into my own hands and just to talk about modern feminism and modern day society, because it is like one of the most important topics that I've always wanted to share on this platform. So the transition of women and girls from being regarded as nothing is slowly coming to an end due to evolution, feminism, and modern society. However, just like everything else in life, it has got its effects. So in this episode, I'm going to discuss the good and the bad when it comes to feminism and modern society, and how it has actually affected men in the short or in the long run of it. So when we talk about modern day feminism, we're basically talking about how ways in which women operate have changed. In other words, women are now outgoing, women are now career driven, women are now working as compared to before. Women are just there pursuing their dreams every step of the way. And in the process, women are demanding to be more equal to men. And then on the other hand, when we talk about modern day society, we are basically talking about how societal standards have changed throughout the time, throughout the years. For example, men now stay at home and babysit or take care of the kids, while women are actually outgoing and they've become the breadwinners. For example, there's a movie on Netflix called Me Time. The main character is Kevin Hart, and they basically the movie just portrays how modern society has become. His wife is the one who works, he's the one who stays at home, and he's the one who makes sure that the kids' lunchboxes are packed. He drives the kids to school, he fetches the kids from school. That kind of a lifestyle, and that is just what modern feminism and modern society has brought to us today. So overall, there's been a shift when it comes to these contemporary times. Also, when it comes to this topic today, there are certain factors that have made so many people feel uncomfortable, so many questions, so many controversial perspectives and all this kind of thing. However, I believe the good part is at least women are not as oppressed as they used to be back in the day. It's a good thing that women are, outgoing. It's a good thing that women are chasing their dreams and they are doing what they actually want. So, are women slowly becoming equal to men? This is a question that society is asking today. So we can safely say yes and no, because as a global village, we are trying to figure out if men tapping into their feminine energy is healthy, and if women tapping into their masculine energy is healthy. Let me give you an example. In March 2023, Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, and their son were featured in Vogue magazine. So in that picture, it's sort of representing how women are sort of leading men, or it's representing how men don't belong any longer. It's like they don't lead. I mean, she's in front, she's stretching her hand backwards towards A$AP. He's at the back of her, he's holding the baby, and yes, you might see it as, oh, it's Rihanna, it's A$AP, but in essence, I don't know if that makes sense. It's sort of resembling this woman leading her man and her child, and under normal societal standards, that is taboo. Men are supposed to lead and not vice versa. A Twitter user stated that the emasculation of men continues. You can already tell who the man is in this relationship. That dude about to be a proud mother of 2. I will definitely put the link in the description so that you guys can check it out. And that's basically just a representation of how modern feminism and modern society has led people to do this kind of things. Also, I want us to talk about the male and female communities that have led to what I am talking about today. Just how it has gotten to this place throughout this past decades. So there are certain roles that women are playing today that were regarded as taboo back in the day. For example, women were not allowed to pay anything. Like if you're a woman, you don't pay a cent. You were just there. Even if you've got your own thing going on, the man is supposed to cater for everything. On the other hand, we've got situations whereby women now pay 50-50 because some people believe that you are assisting your man or your husband or your partner, meeting halfway when it comes to bills and maybe going out, all that kind of a thing. So modern society has brought us to this place whereby women actually do pay, yet back in the day women didn't pay anything. Not to say that it applies to everyone. You actually still get so many people, like when you go on social media, who are just like, no, women are not supposed to pay anything, and then you get people who are like, no, women are supposed to at least pay something, that kind of a thing. That's what modern feminism and modern society has led us today. Also, we've got countries like Sweden, Iceland, Finland, Norway, etc. that actually portray almost 100% of gender equality, and modern feminism has led more men to actually commit suicide. And this is because I'd like to believe men are questioning their position in society. As a man, you grow up in a society whereby you're told you are the head, you need to lead, you need to tap into your masculine energy, and now because of society, modern, everything that's just happening in these contemporary times, men are questioning their identity. They feel as if, so why should I be here if I'm not going to be respected, if I'm not going to lead? And then they end up like taking their lives, and suicidal rates increase, especially when it comes to men. Also, when we look at the dating scenes in films and television, it has changed. There are certain expectations that they portray in these movies, and in reality, it doesn't exist. And because both genders are expecting something from each other, which is unrealistic, it has caused high rates of relationship breakups, divorce. We can sort of say that we are becoming, or we are already, a toxic generation. Someone can even label us as a kangaroo generation, because we are literally jumping from one situation to another, or one relationship to another. It feels as if people are not willing to solve problems. People are not willing to go through the awkward moments or the difficult times to fix your relationship with your partner. Because personally, I believe that when two people are arguing, or when they are not agreeing to something, it's growth. I come from a different background. This person comes from a different background. There is no way we are going to agree on everything. But because it's a sign of growth, it means this is a chance for me to learn more about you. This is my chance to learn that you don't like this. This is also your chance to learn that you know that I don't like a certain thing. So one argument, I decide I'm breaking up and going to the next relationship, has led to so many broken people being with broken people, and emotional damage, and then people are hurting each other. It's just a toxic zoo of people, honestly. So because of this whole modern society and modern feminism, that whole thing has just made people feel like, you know what? It's not even important to actually invest in a relationship. Another thing that we can look at is the workplace or the work environment. So much has changed. I mean, both modern feminism, modern society has led to salary comparisons when it comes to men and women. There's so much about women having to earn the same as men. And in certain circumstances, I feel like this is quite impossible. I feel like there's certain things that are meant for men and certain things that are not meant for women. Let's take the construction industry, for example. As a woman, you can own a construction company, but probably your duty would be to supervise, admin, get your guys to do the work. I could be wrong, you might be having a different perspective, but for my own personal view, I feel like as a woman mixing the cement, building the bricks and all those kind of things, that's probably not your area. It's a masculine thing. It's something that men should do. So in a situation like I gave an example in the construction industry, I feel like you can look at it in that way. Yes, there are certain careers, for example, a chartered accountant. If both the guy and the girl, or men and women, have the same background, the same qualification, the same experience, in such a situation, I feel like, yes, probably the salaries need to be the same. However, having said that, when I was having this conversation with the guest I told you guys about, he mentioned something that probably opened my mind in a way that when you look at the world, naturally, men work harder than women. That's what he said. Because he identified factors like maternity leave with women, whereby sometimes they miss out, on the growth and the training at the workplaces because they're on maternity leave, they need to raise their kids, they don't probably put their entire their whole being or their entire potential, because now there's a split of responsibilities. She's a mom, she's a wife, she's a worker, she's got herself, she's a friend, she's a sister, she's a daughter, that kind of a thing. And he said when it comes to men, even if they've got responsibilities, they have this whole thing whereby they're always constantly working. And with men, there's no maternity leave. Probably now there is a paternity leave and all those kind of things, but it doesn't really change the fact that men sort of go an extra mile to working compared to women, that kind of a thing. And also this whole conversation about menstruation leave when it comes to women. I mean, countries like Japan, Taiwan, Indonesia, South Korea, and Zambia have initiated menstruation leave, whereby women, when they're on their period, they don't go to work. If your period lasts for 3-5 days, whatever it is, that's like something to look at, I believe, whereby yes, it is in a sense quite fair that men earn more than women. Also, because of this whole naturalization that men are providers, men are the head and men need to lead, it sort of feels normal that a man should just earn more than a woman because he needs to cater for his family's needs, if that makes sense. Okay, so having said all of this, I feel like there is a high possibility that modern feminism and modern society downgrades men. It oppresses men to a certain extent. Like I said, men are committing suicide because of this thing. Because sometimes I always ask myself that the same women that want to be equal to men are the same women that want a man to lead. They're the same women that do not want a laid-back man or a man that is nonchalant. They want a man who's going to step up, a man who's going to do what he needs to do. So it's sort of like, why are we oppressing these men? Why are we shutting them up if they were built to just lead? And me saying that men should lead does not mean that as a woman your light should be dimmed. I feel like as a woman, I should be able to go for my dreams, to follow my career path, to go to school, do everything that I want, expand my potential, and still allowing like whoever is like my significant other to just lead. I feel like there's a difference between being oppressed by a man and just being led healthily by a man. Those are some of the things we need to look at, and that there should always be a balance when it comes to all these things. You guys need to let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this topic? What do you guys think about the whole masculine and feminism and modern society and everything that's happening? If you feel like what I'm saying does not align to your beliefs, it's okay. We all have different opinions, but just let me know in the comments, what do you actually think when it comes to this whole topic and situation? So one might ask, you might be asking, should specific gender roles go back to the way they were? Women not working, etc., 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 or should they stay where they are, and should they continue, being what they are? Or is it an issue that needs to be revised? Now, for me, I feel like that's a personal preference, because you do get certain families or households whereby the wives are at home, like she doesn't work, she's taking care of her kids, she's making sure her home is nice, she's cooking for her man, and all those kind of things. And then you get households that are totally the opposite, whereby both the man and woman are working. Yes, the wife obviously, she cooks and cleans and all those kind of things, but she's not like 100% at home. She's got a career, she's got a business, and those kind of things. It's a personal preference. It's not by force that you have to work, and it's not by force that you have to stay at home. I just believe that at the end of the day, there has to be a balance. There has to be an agreement between you and your significant other, between you and yourself as well. You need to know, what is it that I want? Do I want to be a stay-at-home mom, or do I just want to, have a career and all those kind of things? And that's everything when it comes to modern day feminism and modern society. So you guys, let me know what you think. This is like something that I felt I needed to share, and it is an interesting topic. There's so much to unpack, but this is everything I have to say when it comes to this topic. So thank you guys so much for listening, for watching, and understanding why this is episode 1. I know it's probably like a whole lot, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll definitely see you guys next time. Peace.